Pranam Swamiji. We have been studying Nirvanashatkam with Swamiji for the past few weeks. We are now in our 9th session. A very warm welcome to everyone here. After carrying on one or two questions from the previous week, we will continue with questions of this week. So if anyone does have questions, please indicate on the chat. Now that we are nearing the last portion of Nirvanashatkam, Swamiji will be taking Shiva Sankalpa Suktam for us once this is completed. As Navaratri begins today, we will start our class with Sri Arun Nambishan chanting Devi Stuti, which will be followed by Nirvanashatkam. Arun.
Namaste. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada śivo'ham 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 manobuddhyahaṅkāra cittāni nāhaṃ na ca śrotrajihve na ca ghrāṇanetre na ca vyoma bhūmir na tejo na vāyuḥ cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham na ca prāṇasaṅjño na pañcavāyuḥ na saptadhātur na pañcakośaḥ na vākpāṇipādau na copasthapāyu cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham na me dveşarāgau na me lobhamohau mado naiva me naiva mātsaryabhāvaḥ na dharmo na charto na kamo na moksha cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham na punyam na pāvam na saukhyam na dukkham na mandro na tirtham na vedo na yajña aham bhojanam naiva bhojyam na bhokta cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham na mrityur na shanga na me jadi bheda pida naiva me naiva mata cha janma na bandhur na mitram gurur naiva shishya cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham aham nirvikalpo nirakara rūpo vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam na ca sangatam naiva muktirna meya cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham.
Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. We are studying Nirvanashatkam. So far we have completed 5 shlokas. And what remains is the last, that is the 6th shloka. This Nirvanashatkam is a prakarana, a Vedanta treatise, or we can take it as a stuti, stotra, that is praising the self. Here, all the shlokas are expressions of experience, inner experience. Who am I? Who am I? So one of realization is expressing that inner experience, or it can be taken as a text of contemplation. When we are taking it as a text of contemplation, a seeker is doing that. Then it is a seeker. When we are taking it as an expression of experience, it is from a realized one. And all the shlokas here, all the 6 shlokas are doing one and the same thing, that is negating all sorts of false identifications, all sorts of superimpositions, which I have done because of my ignorance. And by negating all those false identifications and superimpositions, I am reaching at my own self, which cannot be negated. And what is the real nature of that self? That is cidānandarūpaḥ. śivo'ham, śivo'ham. This is reiterated in all the shlokas. Aham Chidanandaha. I am of the nature of knowledge absolute and bliss absolute. I am the most auspicious one. This is my real nature. So here in the last shloka also, the same process of negation and affirmation, it is there. See, aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam nacha sangado naiva muktirnameyaha cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam nacha sangado naiva muktirnameyaha cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham śivo'ham. Aham nirvikalpaha nirakara rupaha vibhutvat cha sarvatra sarvendriyanam na cha asangataha na eva muktihi na meyaha cidānandarūpaḥ śivaha aham śivaha aham. First, it is said aham nirvikalpaha and nirakara rupaha. Aham, I am. Who am I? I am nirvikalpaha. Vikalpa is doubt or delusion that is coming from doubts. So here we can take it as to mean vikalpa is doubt. So nirvikalpa is having no doubt. I am the doubtless. And what is the doubt here? Whether one or many is Jiva is different from Ishvara, or within one individual, so many parts are there. I am this, I am this. Many identifications are there. We are identifying with the body. We are identifying with the senses. Of course, we are identifying with the mind, the intellect. And when these identifications are there, I don't have a clear picture regarding who am I. Because I am identifying with these objects. When I sit quiet and analyze a little, then I will realize I am not this. I am not this. But still, when I am within the curtain of ignorance, then that false identifications are there. There is no use in saying I am Brahman, I am the Supreme. No, because I am sitting with so many delusions and so many false identifications are there. When I am identified with something, I am that. Simple saying I am a Brahman is of no use. Of no use at all. Because Many, many identifications are there. So I was living like that. And in the society, with all these sorts, these identifications, I was working. I was considering myself as a sannyasi or a grihastha. Yes, I am a householder. I am a monk, or I am a student. So many identifications, so many vikalpas. And along with these identifications, different types of personalities were there within me. Each and every identification, it gives or it gives rise to different personalities. So with these personalities, I was living in this world. I was working. I was living. And now I am realizing, no, I am not this. All these identifications came from or came as a result of ignorance, not knowing what my real nature is. When that realization is there, then I am nirvikalpaha. All doubts gone, all false identifications gone. I am what I am. So the state of being in the self, or the state of sitting or being in oneself, is the state of nirvikalpa. There is no vikalpa at all. All sorts of false identifications gone. Now they are not lingering. So aham nirvikalpaha. And nirakara rupaha. Nirakara is formless. Akara is form. Nirakara is formless. I am of the nature of formless. My real nature is formless. So far I was identifying myself with this body. And the form of the body, it was my form. And therefore, I am a man, I am a woman, I am black, I am white. So many traits of, or different traits of personality. It was there. And I was identifying myself with different aspects of this personality. All these different aspects of personalities and identifications with them came as a result of this first misconception. That is, I am this form. I am this body. I am having form. Now I am realizing, no, this is only a vehicle. This is only a vehicle in which I am traveling. And because of my ignorance, I was identifying with this. So, nirakārarupaḥ. Nirakārarupaḥ. What is my form? My form is the formless form. My form is the formless form. I am formless. And name and form, they always goes together. So when formless, I am nameless too. Think that. I have many names. I had some names and still I am having names. And all these are attributed to me by different persons. I am really nameless. I am really formless. Nirakāraḥ. So I am above all doubts and delusions. I am above limited forms. Aham narvikalpaḥ nirakārarupaḥ vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam. Vibhutvad. Vibhutvad means being vibhu. Vibhutvad, being vibhu. And who is a vibhu? Vibhu is a master, prabhu, master, master of everything. Another meaning of vibhu is the all-pervading, all-pervading. That is vibhu. Another meaning of vibhu is one who is making everything. Vividham bhavayati iti vibhu. One who is making everything is a vibhu. From whom all these manifestations are coming, he is a vibhu. Or vividham bhavati iti vibhu. One who is becoming many. One who is becoming many, he is a vibhu. And visheshena bhavati iti vibhu. One who is appearing in different forms, he is a vibhu. So many meanings are there. But here, this vibhu is connected with sarvendriyana. So we can take the meaning to mean this vibhu, the term vibhu to mean the master. So vibhutvad sarvendriyanam means being the master of all senses. Being the master of all senses. I am the master of all senses. Vibhu is the master. As we have seen, there are so many meanings for the term vibhu, but here we can take it as master. So because I am the master of all the senses, I am the master of all the senses. Senses are working for me. They are bringing different offerings like sounds, forms, smells, like that, many things. That is different experiences I am having, that all these senses are bringing and offering to me. I am the master. For me, all the senses are working. And being the master of all the senses, vibhuttvādacha sarvendriyanam. Sarvatra, everywhere. I am everywhere. Everywhere, sarvatra. Or we can take it in another sense. That is aham nirvikalpaha, aham nirakārarupaḥ. Why? Because sarvatra vibhutvad. Sarvatra vibhutvad. I am vibhu. I am the master of everything. Or I am the all-pervading one. When I am realizing the oneness, that is the oneness of Jiva and Ishvara, I am realizing this. This is not a matter to shout, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. No, it's a matter of inner experience. It's a matter of inner realization. It is not a thing to teach and lecture. No. So from that inner experience, from that fullness of that experience, here it is said, vibhutvad. Myself being the master of all, or I am the all-pervading one. When sarvatra, everywhere, when I am realizing I am the all-pervading, such a question is not coming when and where. But still, it is said sarvatra, everywhere. Everywhere. Sarvendriyanam cha. And I am the master of all senses. Nacha asangataha me muktihi na meyaha cha. Asangataha. Sangha means bondage. Sangataha means from bondage or by bondage, because of bondage. Because of bondage. So asangataha means because of having no bondage. I have no bondage. I am not bound to anything. Yes, I was in the midst of so many bondages, which were really products of my own ignorance and my own false identifications. I was considering myself as the body, mind, intellect complex and things connected with that, persons connected with that, places connected with that. And I was binding myself. So what was really happening? From one side I was binding myself, and from another side I was praying to God Oh God, please get rid of all bondages. Please help me to be above these bondages. Give me liberation. I was praying. And at the same time, because of my ignorance, I was binding myself. These two processes were simultaneously happening. See the pity? Now I am realizing, because of asangata. Sangata means having bondage. Asangata means having no bondage. So I have no bondage at all. I was not at all bound to anything. Because I am the self, which cannot be bound. I am the unlimited being, the all-pervading being. And with so many hooks, I was binding myself with many things, and all this were the effect of ignorance. So asangataha, one without bondage. So na muktihi, there is no liberation for me. There is no freedom. For one who was in bondage, for him there is liberation. He must be liberated from that. He must get liberation. When there is bondage, there is no more bondage. What is the meaning of freedom, or what is the meaning of liberation? No. When I am considering myself as bound, there is scope for freedom. There is work for freedom. There is prayer for freedom. But here I am realizing this. I have no bondage. Asangataha. Asangataha. Naiva muktihi. Therefore, no mukti, no liberation. Then all the shastras, all the scriptures, especially Vedantic text, the goal written in all the scriptures are a liberation. That is liberation. The goal is liberation. But all the scriptures are saying is one. One and the same. That is liberation. Freedom from all bondages. And Vedanta is for that. The aim of all Vedanta texts are, or the aim is one. All texts are saying one thing. They are showing one aim. And that is liberation. That is freedom from all bondages. And now it is said, na muktihi. There is no liberation. What is the meaning of that? We have to realize this fact. All teachings, all text, all classes, all discussions, all are in the level of ignorance. All these are in the plane of duality. When there is no ignorance, when there is no duality, there is no you and me. There is no teacher and student. There is no the writer and the reader. So all Vedanta text and discussions are in the field of avidya, ignorance. Above avidya, there is no Vedanta text, there is no Vedanta discussion, there is no teacher-student relations. So all these are coming in the realm of ignorance. So where there is bondage, liberation is there. Where there is bondage, freedom from bondage is there. When that realization is there within, there is no bondage. Where is the scope for liberation? No. So na muktihi. The real nature of Atma, the self, is free, eternal, pure, the all-knowing, and free. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Svabhavaḥ. That is the real nature of Atma. So I am realizing that. And because I am asangaha, having no bondage, no attachment at all, no attachment with any object. No, I am not at all attached. And therefore, the question of detachment never comes. Neither I am attached nor detached. I am what I am. When I am attaching many things with me, I will have to detach from them. Both are the work of ignorance. That is false identifications. So asangataha na eva muktihi na meyaha. Meyaha. What is meyaha? Meyaha is that which can be known or which can be measured. Meyaha means that which can be measured or that which can be known. See, pramana means valid means of knowledge. Pramana is valid means of knowledge. And that which can be known through pramanas, that which can be known through valid means of knowledge is called prameya. And the knowledge that dawns is prama, real knowledge. So prama is the real knowledge, and from the activity of pramana, prama comes, and that can be known through pramana is prameya. So it is we can say prameya is something that can be measured, something that can be known. That is meya. Meya or prameya, both are the same. So I am not meya, I am not prameya. I am not an object of knowledge. I am not an object of knowledge. I am the all-knowing one. I cannot be known because I am the knower. When I am saying I am prameya, that is, that can be known, then I am considering myself as an object of inquiry, an object of the process of knowledge, that is knowing. No, I am not an object. I am the knower. So I cannot be one that can be known. I cannot be one that can be measured. So nameyaha. So here, aham nirvikalpaha, nirakararupaha, sarvendriyanam vibhutvad, asangataha cha, me na muktihi. Being the master of all senses and having no bondage, I have no mukti, no question of liberation comes for me. And at the same time, I am not a maya, I am not a thing or a one to be known, to be measured. No, I am the knower. See, when we are in the plane of ignorance, our guru will teach. You must know the real nature of Atman. Then we are considering Atma as something to be known. Atmetyeva upasida, Atmanam vijijñāsasva. You please know what Atma is. Then we are considering Atma as an object of our knowledge. But when we are realizing that, when we are knowing that, then we will recognize this is not Maya, this is Pramada himself. This is not known, something known, but the knower himself. So from that realization comes this saying, I am not Maya. I am not Maya. Then who am I? The same sentence, which is reiterated again and again. Cidānandarūpaḥ, śivo'ham, śivo'ham. That we are seeing here also. I am of the nature of absolute knowledge and absolute bliss. And my real nature is the most auspicious nature, śivo'ham. So, here in all the 6 slokas, we are negating all sorts of false identifications and superimpositions which were there within me as a result of ignorance. And by negating all those, I am reaching at my real nature. I am reaching at myself. All the past, all the life until today, I was looking here and there, I was wondering for this and that. And in that, I forgot myself. In the search for happiness, here and there, I forgot myself. Now that connection, that becoming oneself, it is established. It is established. And that is Cidānandarūpaḥ, śivo'ham, śivo'ham. So for this, all false identifications are negated, and again, I am reaffirming who am I. So this is Nirvanashatkam. If we are explaining, it will go on and on. But for the purpose of a student, this is enough. And correlating with the Shruti, Vedanta, the text of Vedanta Upanishads, we can dive deep into the inquiry of the self-inquiry, with the help of this Nirvanashatkam. So here we have seen all the 6 slokas. manobuddhyahaṅkāra cittāni nāhaṃ, na ca śrotrajihve, na ca ghrāṇanetre, na ca vyoma bhūmir, na tejo, na vāyuḥ, cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham, na ca prāṇasaṅjño, na vai pañcavāyuḥ, na va saptadhātur, na va pañcakośaḥ, na vākpāṇipādau, na copasthapāyu, cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham. Na me dveşarāgau, na me lobhamohau, mado naiva me naiva mātsaryabhāvaḥ, na dharmo, na chartho, na kāmo, na mokṣah, cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham. Na punyam, na papam, na saukhyam, na dukkham, na mandro, na tirtham, na veda, na yajñah. Aham bhojanam, naiva bhojyam, na bhokta, cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham. Na mrityur, na shanga, na me jati bhedah, pida naiva me naiva mata ca janma. Na bandhur, na mitram, gurur naiva shishyah, cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rūpo, vibhutva ca sarvatra sarvendriyanam. Na ca sangato naiva muktir na meyah, cidānandarūpaḥ śivo'ham. So as these 6 slokas are expressions of inner experience of a realized one, it is above the realm of the field of discussions and teachings. All these discussions are just pointing to the fact which is above all discussions. This will show the path, that much only. So we have to meditate on this, contemplate more and more, and then we will realize what the inner meaning is. Then it will be the affirmation, cidānandarūpaḥ, śivo'ham, śivo'ham. So with these words we can conclude this, and whatever questions or doubts you have, you can ask. If I know the reply, we can have a discussion. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste, Swamiji. Today is the auspicious day of first day of Navaratri. So, kindly explain importance of Navaratri in briefly at least.
We are having 2 Navaratris. One Vasanta Navaratri, that is Vasanti Navaratri, and the other is Sharat Navaratri. This Sharat Navaratri is widely celebrated. Actually, this is not a celebration. Yeah, this is a celebration. Of course, Vijayadashmi is a celebration, but this is a time, this is an occasion to worship Mother, Mother in the form of power, strength, and to have power with it, have strength with it. Strength is life. Weakness is not life. Strength is life. We must have strength. And we are realizing, oh Mother, you are the embodiment of strength. Give us that strength. Balamasi, balam me dehi. You are strength. Give us strength. Always we are worshippers of strength. We are not cursing weakness. We must not curse weakness. We must care weak people. We must care and protect weak beings. But we will not or we must not worship that weakness. Always we are worshipping strength. What we worship, that we will become. Strength you worship, you will have strength. So this Navaratri is an occasion of worshipping Mother in the form of strength, in the form of power, Shakti. And see the greatness of our Shastras and our culture and our tradition. In no other religion, God is worshipped in the form of female. In all other religions, gods are males only. Female cannot be a god. But here, in the Sanatana Dharma, we are worshipping gods and goddesses alike. If Bhagavan is there, Bhagavati is there. Not only that, we are worshipping all forms of strength as Mother. As Mother. In the female form, we are worshipping strength. This is a great message to the world. The neo-feminist movements need not come here. We have that here. But we forgot. We have to remember. We are the worshippers of female power. The very Shruti, the very Veda itself is worshipped as Shruti Bhagavati. And all the gods, all the devatas, even Trimurtis, Brahma, Vishnu and Rudra are there because of that Maya. That is the supreme. That is the supreme. So this is an occasion, Navaratri is an occasion of worshipping that supreme strength. And in different places, different types of worships are there. In some types of worship, we are worshipping different types of or different forms of, different manifestations of the same mother. And the most widely accepted type of worship is we are focusing mainly on three aspects of the mother. That is Mahadevi, Mahalakshmi, and Mahasaraswati. The first is the goddess of power, of strength. That is eradicating the demonic forces, Asurika Shakti. And the second is that aspect of the mother who is worshipped as prosperity, wealth, wealth and prosperity. That is Lakshmi. And the third is that aspect of the mother who is worshipped as the manifestation of or the embodiment of knowledge, one who is giving knowledge. So we must have these three aspects within us. We must have power, we must have wealth, we must have knowledge. In each and every individual, in each and every society, these three must be there. A harmonious combination of all these three will make an individual, will make a nation live. For a nation to be a welfare state, these three must be there. Knowledge, wealth, and power. So we are worshipping these three aspects of mother. And Navaratri, during Navaratri, we are observing different vratas, vows. And we are trying to collect as much strength as we can through chanting of mantras, through other upasanas. We are trying to collect as much power as we can. And it will lead us to the Vijaya Dashami, the victorious Dashami. We will have victory in our life. We will have Vijaya Dashami only if we are going through the austerities of 9 days. So we are worshipping these three aspects of Mother, Goddess. And thereby we are reaching the victorious state, Vijayadashami. This year, as everybody knows, we are passing through a difficult situation. And because of this COVID-19 and other restrictions in social movements, we cannot practice Navaratri as we were practicing in our earlier periods. So make it a point from our own home. We will do japa. We will observe vratas. And on the day of Durgashtami, we will keep all items of our work, instruments of our work, and our books, etc., for puja. And with all our heart, we will worship Mother in the form of power, in the form of Lakshmi, in the form of Saraswati. We can do puja. Men and women can do puja. And transgenders also can do puja. There is no restriction, no limitation. But there must be a will with it. That pure love must be there with it. That outpouring of devotion must be there with it. Then all are entitled to do puja. If we think, I do not know puja, how to do puja, I do not know. The methodology to worship, I do not know. If it is the case, just meditate within and pray to Mother. Oh Mother, I do not know the rituals. I do not know the rituals. I do not know the mantras. I do not know the kriyas. But I know this much. I know this much. Mother, you will accept what is offered with a pure heart. What is offered with a pure devotion. So with that feeling within, we can do puja. So this year we cannot go to temples. We cannot go to other places where we can do our grantha puja and all. So within our home itself, do that. Do that. And on the day of Ashtami, we will worship Mahadevi in the form of Durga. Navami, Mahalakshmi. And Vijayadashami morning, we have to worship Saraswati. So from our homes, we can do this. Always keep in mind that this is an occasion to get strength and power with it. So do Navaratri Puja. There are different sampradayas, different traditions are there. But what is being followed in our place and in our family, we can follow that. And always think we are worshipping these three aspects of Mahadevi. And when we have these three aspects within, we will have victory in this. We will have success in this life. If we are explaining about Navaratri, it will go on and on. So today it is Prathama, and on 23rd, it is the day of Durgashtami, and 26th, Vijayadashami. Worship well.
Next question is from Indiraji, but I think she didn't join today. Sri Venudas ji, you may ask question. Please unmute and ask.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
Swamiji, I have a question from Mahabharata. It's a few questions unjoined related to Khadolkaja's death. How Bhimasena and other acharyas responded on it, and how Hidumbi reacted and what was her lamentation, as well as Gandhari and Draupadi. Please, Swamiji.
See, that specific part of Mahabharata I have to refer. Because we know in general, that you also know in general. Everybody hearing this or taking part in this session know in general. But when we speak, we must be specific. Because when we are talking about some stories or some incidents, we can be general. But when we are speaking about the incidents in Itihasa, we must be specific. So to reply in specific, I have to go to Mahabharata, I have to take Mahabharata and refer that. Without that, I cannot reply this. So I think we will discuss this in our next sitting. Then I will take Mahabharata text with me. See, Mahabharata is a huge one. So that must be much a big one. And we have to take that part. Otherwise, we cannot go to specific. Is it okay?
Okay. Please, Swamiji. Thank
Yes. Namaste.
you. Namaste.
Next question is from Kamalaji, Dr. Kamalaji. Please unmute and ask. Kamalaji.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste, namaste.
We understand all this, but what is the sadhana, daily sadhana to reach this de-identification state? What shall we do? Because we are all involved with, very busy in the external transaction and work and everything. So how do we?
It's a very difficult question. See, all the sadhanas explained in our shastras are for having purity in the mind and sharpness of our intellect. All the karma and all the upasanas are for this. So along with our worldly duties, along with fulfilling our responsibilities, daily we are chanting, doing puja, chanting different mantras and the names of Lord. And not only that, we are doing many auspicious karma in our day-to-day life. And through all this, as a natural effect, our mind will become more and more pure. Our intellect will become more and more sharper. It is then we are entering into more deeper inquiries. Their gurus comes, their shastra come, many things. And with the help of shastras, getting the teachings from Guru, we are traveling more and more inward. Even then, other activities are there, other duties are there, and all these are going together. This is the life of a normal course. Most dharmic, what we can call most religious or righteous, most dharmic. And this life will give us more and more Devi Sampat, the divine wealth. And we will have a calm mind, we will have clarity, we will have purity, we will face all situations with equanimity, and our life will go. Our life will go. Then only a few, say 1 in a million, will have that real taste or real quest, real thirst within. And like one who is striving to get a little volume of oxygen because he is drowning. He is facing death. And what he wants is a little oxygen. One chance to breathe. For him, all other things are irrelevant. Money is irrelevant for him. Position is irrelevant for him. Nothing is there for him. So only a few will reach this state. And that state where everything else has become irrelevant, immaterial, then starts the real quest. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatadi siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mambeti tattvataha. So the first phase is systematizing this life, getting purity, getting clarity, doing auspicious works, chanting mantras, doing pujas, and all. And the next stage is diving deep into Shastras and leading most auspicious life, being calm and equanimous always. At the same time, we are doing outwardly duties and responsibilities. We are in the world. But that calmness is there because we know what is the real and what is unreal. That knowledge we are living in the world. That is the second phase. And the third phase, everything connected with this body, mind, intellect complex and the world has become irrelevant and immaterial. That is the life of realization. That is the life for realization. There, everything else has become irrelevant. So these three states or three phases we can see in the adhyatmic sadhana life. So having paroksha jnana is great. Living in this world with that paroksha jnana is great. It is great. There is no doubt in that. But when we are living with that paroksha jnana in this world, even though we are having that purity, clarity, calmness, all virtues within, we can face life in the correct direction with equanimity. All those virtues are there, but the bliss of a Jivan Mukta will not be there. It is for him or it is for her within whom everything else have become irrelevant. That is real renunciation. That is real renunciation. It is not putting on this ochre cloth. It is not changing the name. It is not entering into the fourth ashrama. All these are physical things. All these are in the outer world. All these are lifestyles. What matters is the inner thirst. The inner thirst. For those who can understand Malayalam, let me quote a beautiful piece of writing from Sri Narayana Guru. In his Janani Navaratna Manjari, it is said, Sallabham onnu mati. Sallabham onnu mati. Ellavarum tirayum ullagha bodha janani. That is, I want this much only. Sallabham. Sallabham. That is getting the sat. Getting the sat. That alone is my prayer. I don't want anything else. Because everything else have become irrelevant for me. Sallabhamonnu. Then the question comes for others, for other seekers, those who are studying Vedanta, those who are practicing, those who are doing all sadhanas. What is their attitude? Their attitude is, in Malayalam, Sallabhamonnu venam. I want this. I want that sallabham. I want to get that sat. But for that one who is realizing, who is getting that jivan mukti, what is his attitude? I want nothing else, only this. Sallabhamonnu mati. See, they are all routines, all sadhanas, everything have become irrelevant. Now only one option, one aim, one goal, and that is being one with the Supreme. Of course, to that our sadhana will lead. There is no doubt in that. So this is the real answer. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste. Next question is from Arunji.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Namaste.
Just a quick question. In the Saraswati slogam, we have the Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini. So always I have this kind of a doubt. Somewhere sloga also mention it is not Kamarupini, it is Jnana Rupini. So the Kamarupini always connected to the deep desire. So my question is, what is the real usage to be followed, and why it is two words are coming in different texts?
See, in our scriptures, there are many pathas, versions. Patha means version. Many versions are there. Jnana Rupini is correct. But the most famous version is Kama Rupini. When it is Jnana Rupini, it is Jnana Rupini alone. But when it is Kama Rupini, it is Jnana Rupini and much more. Because Kama is one meaning of Kama is lust or need. Another meaning of Kama is effulgence. Kamu Shobhaya. Effulgence. So that Devi is a most luminous one. One who is having the form of luminous being. Most luminous, most illustrious being. Effulgent being. Then another meaning of Kama is impart knowledge. That is teaching. Kamayati shishyebhya upadishadi iti. One who is teaching to disciples. So Kamarupini is that greatest teacher, having the form of the greatest teacher. So Saraswati is Kamarupini. And Kamarupini, there is another meaning, who can have different forms as she wishes. Yatha kama rupani. What form she desires within or she wishes within, that form she will become. That is the greatest meaning. So, even though there is the version Jnana Rupini is there, but the most apt and the greatest version is, the highest version is Kama Rupini. So, Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. That is the best version. Namaste. So, during this Navaratri, we can chant whatever mantra we can, chant as many or as much nama as we can. But those who can, please chant at least once a day Lalita Sahasranama or Devi Mahatmya. Devi Mahatmya is also known as Durga Saptashati. If you cannot chant the whole of 13 chapters in that Devi Mahatmya, we can chant 3 stotras from that. Beautiful stotras are there in praise of Mother that we can chant. Those who can chant Devi Mahatmya and at least once Lalita Sahasranama daily. So this Navaratri period, we can try to have inner power, inner strength, and that is the only way to reach Vijayadashami. Namaste. Now we can conclude. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidveshāvahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Before stopping this, let us pay all our respects to Mahagavi Akitam, the very personification of knowledge, and knowledge means our real dharmic knowledge. A great Mahakavi who added much to the treasure of Kairali and who have translated Bhagavatam into beautiful Malayalam lyrics and so many other kavyas. His most famous text is writing is Iruvadam Nuttandinte Ithihasam, the legend of the 20th century. And so many other books we have published. And a great scholar, down to earth, that great man, he departed the last day. So we can pay our respect and homage to him. Let our prayers be with him. Namaste.